Well, like that has been, Donald Trump would say, I just can't stop winning. Now I'm here today because, I cleaned things off and I started working around things. And matter of fact, I've been doing a cleanup job outside. On previous films, you've seen we had a bad weather storm. I raked it off today. And when I raked it off, well, you see, I reenact. I love it dirty because then I get to reenact a crime. And my brother-in-law and sisters are wondering, they know I'm out there fucking measuring and goddamn doing something for distances, and it has everything to do with the law. And here's Raker. He's the one that rakes the money over to the law enforcement officers and stuff, and they are dirty. Oh boy, they're dirty. Rough, rough, rough. See, Norjack's right back here where the action's at, and I'll tell you what, we got some piles of crap that I'm going to show you. But the first thing that I'm going to show you is I watch Elvis Presley, and I'm telling you, Elvis Presley probably was one of those boys that was forced to go over there. He probably had male companions as well. Elvis Presley was probably more than a king to men and women. It's quite possible, the jailhouse rock and those stories, or possibly he's telling the story of what these guys are going through. I don't want to tarnish the king's record, but I will say, now, there's a Elvis Presley Aloha from Hawaii has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It has 11 dots going down, and 11 dots is the law. And the law's coming down on the left. From what I see in that thing, you see that Donald Trump's trying to flip the law backwards and take out the people. The people is the center, and you've got this Republican man. I'll tell you what, Republicans around businesses and stuff. Oh boy, goddamn, if there's a fucking dollar there, they're there. Why are they? Well, they're protecting their fucking assets. And I sell, and if I have a business and stuff, and they think I'm making money, they want my fucking assets. That's why they came in my goddamn house. You see, they didn't just break into my fucking house. They had it planned to fucking take over shit because I had a plan in my fucking house. And my ex-wife came, Karina, and I never thought I had a problem with her. But you know what? She was married to a cop, and she was giving him that fucking information on me probably. And that's why that guy came over to my fucking house. Her husband. Okay? Or no, he met me, we met. They wanted me to talk to him because he has fucking problems because he came back from, Desert Storm, and he was all freaked out, and they had a child that's Joshua, and Joshua is autism. He can't accept his own child because, they sprayed him with Agent Orange. The child has this, and it's a terrible thing. Karina, Josh, he just fucking jumped when he seen me. Because one, I'm always nice to him. I don't judge him for it. I would teach it. I would talk to him like he was a normal person, and that kid was smart. He might act a little something, but believe me, Joshua was good. And she passed away. She got cancer, and the reason that she probably got cancer is because her immune system came down lower. And a lot of people that deal with stress and stuff like that, they become sick. My dad got sick with leukemia, and he ended up dying, and it was probably because of the stress that he had. And I just didn't have that stress because I wasn't living under the condition of the rest of my family members. My family members, see, I learned to deal with, I guess, living in the limelight right in front of everyone. Everybody goes, Jesus Christ, don't tell him because we'll get snuffed out. And my family, boy, it's just like, they make it a thing like, they don't want to be even seen with me unless it's just me and Jerry and we're flipping out of town and going, hey man, you want to go on a road trip with me? Well, he's got me on a road trip. What's going to happen on the road trip? I remember the time that I tore up a ticket. No, I didn't tear up the ticket. He tore up the ticket of my ticket and threw it out the fucking window, and it went right on a cop's windshield. You know, I wasn't very fucking happy with Jerry Wright over that either, you know. And I tell you, what happened was, Jerry got to a point, fucking, you know, probably like a mile marker, and says, here, you could drive right here. And that's what goddamn happened. You know, I'm young, finally got to drive, you know. Fuck, been sitting here, all the way down to almost California. And all of a sudden, I'm doing, Jerry says, well, you better watch it. You're about ready to get a ticket. And like he knew it was even fucking happening, you know. And I just looked over at him, and I was going to let off of it because, you know, it's not my truck. It's his boss's truck, Hogert Jensen's. You know, Hogert Jensen got a blown up yarder, and Chuck Vyers and Jerry fucking nailed Hogert Jensen and fucking blew up his equipment one day. And they fucking and Jerry told me about it. Chuck Vyers didn't tell me about it. Chuck Vyers just ripped me off for $300, I think it was. But anyway, you know, boy, oh boy. Anyway, I've been working on some stuff. And I also want you to look at Elvis Presley right here. You see that, how his hand is? He's telling them that's a split. They're going to split. And they're also doing code on this, and I'm going to be working on that, you know, if it's impossible. But I also started thinking about these bowling alleys and this money and stuff that's coming through here. And, you know, I was taken to Monica Anderson's, you know, place where she was found, her body, by my brother Jim. And my brother Jim took me to, I came to his house. He probably waited for me to stop by. He thought, well, John's been back for 2 weeks. He didn't even stop by my house. And I drove an orange truck. You know, hey man, you can fucking see me. So anyway, sorry about that. I mean, trying to fix my camera there. So anyway, I hate to cut things. So anyway, my brother Jim takes me down there, and what happened was I pulled up in front of his house, and I backed up, and I parked in front of his blue Mustang. Hey man, Jim bought that blue Mustang. He feels safe in that. But he was driving a yellow van at the time of the Monica Anderson's incidents. So there's a van for them to move a body in, of course. But anyway, when I parked there, he came out of the house, and he did not even want me to talk to Julie, see Judy, Julie, and it started with a J, like Judy from Doctari, you know, the chip named Judy. My dad married a woman named Judy, and then we got the Jetsons, and I think right there, Julie, well, I don't know, because they live in a fucking weird little way. And anyway, Jim says, I found a body, you know, come, you gotta come right now, you gotta come right now. And I said, well, let me grab my camera out of the truck so I can take a picture of where, you know, you found this body, man. So I grabbed my insurance camera, because if I get in a car wreck, I'm taking my fucking insurance out, I'm taking pictures. So, and it's just a disposable. So anyway, he took me out there, took me right out there by the Lucky Eagle Casino, and the body was placed behind the Lucky Eagle Casino. I wonder if that Lucky Eagle Casino and that place is dirty, because I'll tell you another thing. When I started running that bowling alley and I told Herb I needed a raise, I went out to the Lucky Eagle Casino and I nailed it. You know, I mean, I'm not kidding. And I say I fucking nailed it. There's a roulette table. You know, first thing I did was said, black 32, I hit $100. You know, I'm not saying I'm psychic. I goddamn could see where the marble's sitting. and the guy's going to spin it in such a degree, I'm going to watch it and I'm going to see it. You know, I've studied that quite a bit. You know, I kind of had I've played a game on the internet a lot, and I also have a little thing I fucking spin. So how much, you know, how far, you know, you goddamn, you know, it's not fucking, you could just about guess, you know, is what I'm saying. And by the way, I just fucking flipped $10 on the thing, and I know that there's somebody out there that said, Jesus Christ, I watched that happen. And I said black 32, and it was also Gail H. Rebello's age. So she was 32 at the time that this here happened. That's why I said black 32 as well. You know, and I could see it was close. I thought, well, I'm going to take a fucking shot at this one. You know, when I looked down at the goddamn ruler, it's like, oh, which one am I going to pick? You know, door number 1, door number 2, or door number 3. And why would they put under this or that door? You know, I mean, I'm going to try to reason it out a little bit. What was this? Because, again, you know, you got to get that geological guess. Hey, did you ever watch Jeopardy? Yeah, I might have. So, now, let me see, Raker here. I think that the Lucky Eagle Casino might be dirty, and those little cops and stuff from the Lucky Eagle Casino. And by the way, I didn't just nail that casino, but that casino was nice. They let me come back and hit them again. I mean, I did too. And Herb, after I went out there to the casino, and I won all this here money, there was fucking a bullet hole through the fucking window of the bowling alley. You know, that's why you fucking start thinking about stuff, putting it together. Why in the... And he said to me, the day I fucking seen that goddamn bullet in the fucking hole of the window, I said, what's going on here? He says, well, they're mad because you took the money back. I fucking goddamn, what the fuck are you talking about? Well, you know, he has a fucking mystery shop in that bowling alley in Monte Carlo. And I used to call the mystery shot, it's good for a pizza at Godfather's. Godfather's Pizza. The Godfather. And Mr. Kreitzer had the mystery shot in his bowling alley, and he's German. And I asked him, down there, he said, you know, we disagreed on things, but boy, I tell you, he said something about negative about my dad, and well, he about got his ass kicked. He got pushed right over the fucking edge, and I fucking laid my hand back, and I was gonna fucking just pound him. I mean, I just fucking just stopped. I told him, I said, you goddamn ever say another thing about my dad? And I said, I'll fuck you up. You don't ever talk about my dad. I said, me and my dad both had a fucking rough time. And he tells me that my dad was his fierce competitor in bowling. I said, competitor? And then he fucking starts wearing a sombrero with a fucking flat thing on it, saying that he's the fucking outlaw. You know, then I found out that he tells me that those bowling machines are his, so he could jerk him out of this building and sell me the, you know, this, so I go over there because he might just want to get out of there, is what he's saying. And I found out that the building and everything was in a trust. Weirdness. That's their problem. And all the evidence is right there. And he even had me read this book about the Chehalis bowl, the crown jewel. You know, I mean, I'm just saying what it is. And you know what? It's, oh, I better cut this off, or it might not upload.